rolling with peaches and the pastor. We got a love filled with joy and laughter. We gon' talk about how you and yours can master. Put God first, make the blessing come faster. You rolling with peaches and the pastor. We got a love filled with joy and laughter. We gon' talk about how you and yours can master. Put God first, make the blessing come faster.
Roses are red, yeah, violets are blue, boy. You know I'm in love with you. We gon' ride this thing till the wheels fall off. We gon' ride this thing just like them cars. You bring the sunshine, you make my light shine. You said you love me and that you're all mine. Who would ever believe that God loved me so to give me a king that makes my life so
You rolling with peaches and the pastor. We got a love filled with joy and laughter. We gon' talk about how you and yours can master. Put God first, make the blessing come faster. You rolling with peaches and the pastor. We got a love filled with joy and laughter. We gon' talk about how you and yours can master. Put God first, make the blessing come faster.
Yeah, peaches. Come on, let's ride till the wheels fall off. Come on, let's ride. Peaches, let's ride. Peaches and the pastor. Come on, come on. Let's take this ride. Come on, come on. Greetings, TrinityStrong Kingdom Broadcast, and welcome to another segment of
Peaches
and the Pastor. We're back here again, and guys, we got another set change from last week. I'm kind of working on these roses now.
Yeah,
roses up here.
Rose petals.
And I know you love. This is called rose petals.
Yeah, these are rose petals.
All right.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's real sexy. Yeah. I mean, we put the rose petals on the bed. You put it on the floor, right? Don't you do it too on the floor?
You got your collar up there.
Collar up. I'm trying to be cool, baby. I'm trying to be cool, right?
Together, okay.
What?
Yeah. Well, yeah, rose petals. Remember when we did the marriage treat and we set all the couples up in their beautiful rooms and we put rose petals all over?
Oh, that was really slick.
Yeah, that was.
I'm just wondering, what is it about red that gets you going? What is it? What is it about red?
Fire.
There's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And blood is red too, right?
Yeah, blood.
Blood has a type of intimacy all in itself. That means that we're bound together. Sacrifice. But there's no real sacrifice without blood, right?
That's right.
That's a whole nother subject, guys. I'm not about to get into that, but you know,
it's date night.
It's date night, right?
It's date night, Friday night.
And so that intro was really hot. And we looked at it last week, and that was a hot intro. So I want to just you want to just kind of do some shout outs to those responsible.
Oh, for sure. We want to shout out G.O.D. in the house, Media and Music, God's Opening Doors. They did that video. It is fantastic. Let's see. On the music was all done by my son. Amen. I'm so proud. You know, he put all those beats, all that music together, and I came up with the lyrics. That's Aaron
Stevens. Yeah,
that's right. We call him Amen.
Call him Amen.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they had to do some little serious work with me, but I came in and I said, I went up to Aaron and said, Aaron, what am I supposed to do? He said, well, my mother, she'll tell you. I had no script, nothing. I was just kind of in there just winging it. Boy, I was like, I was scared, man. That's pressure.
What? What you scared of, baby?
Yeah, just
you're a performer. You play the drums. You preach. What are you?
Yeah, but I was.
I did notice that. That was a little different, but you did.
Yeah, you made it happen. But you were doing it. You were like, yeah.
I didn't have them shoulders, so you saw Pastor was like, whoa, yeah.
Yeah, but it was all
good. It was fun. It was fun, right? And that's what you gotta do in your marriage. Keep it fun.
Keep it fun. Keep it hot. You guys can do your own little video.
Yeah, call GOD. Call GOD, guys. Media and music.
Yeah, and you can't if you can't get with them, because you can do one your own. We might play it on the show. Give something slick.
That's right.
And then if it's something slick, we can maybe give it to God to take it to a whole nother level.
That's right. Okay,
that might be a cool thing to do.
Right.
So all the married couples, send us a video. You and your hubby, your wife, you know, not you and your mistress, none of that. Okay, just you and your. I'm sorry. I don't know. That just slipped out of me. I got the slips today, so ain't no telling what might come out my mouth. But I just want y'all to send us in your videos and see what you got.
Not your Friday night video. Send in your music video. Maybe we should say that.
Yeah, music
video. You know, I don't know.
Okay, so you have to. You can correct me when I'm wrong.
That might be scary, getting some videos.
All right. So guys, we're talking about vows again. All right, we spent a good bit of time talking over the last 2 weeks about marriage vows and how important they are. And so let's kind of continue the conversation on, well, where we left off last week. I think we can add some more to that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about the vows, and of course, after you make that statement, I now accept you to be my lawfully wedded husband and wife, to have and to hold from this day forward. So help me God. And so we just kind of went through all of those different areas, and so let's talk about vows as being foundation work for your marriage, and essentially it's the architect of your marriage.
Right.
Okay.
And I love what you said. It's like a brick, and you're setting all those bricks up. Talk about that, baby.
Yeah.
I really loved what you said.
So the vows become the architect of the work of a successful marriage, So in order to make the architectural drawing a reality, we have to start putting the hard work and laying the bricks.
The foundation.
Right.
Yeah,
and so that we lay that foundation, and we use those bricks, and the proper placement of those bricks, the proper moment of those bricks, and the process that it takes to cement those bricks in is an effort. It takes effort to make sure that those bricks are cemented in well. So, which means that it takes an effort for your vows to be cemented in, be bricked in and cemented in, to keep those bricks stabilized, right?
Yeah, that's the foundation of it all. And if we start there, you know, and really taking those to heart, and being fearful of breaking them, because you're making the promise unto the Lord, I just think that, you know, whenever you get off track, just go back there. Just go back there.
And you're so right, Peaches. You're so right, because that foundation is what's keeping you up, keeping you standing up. But again, that effort, right? That effort that it takes to lay the brick and cement it, that means take part of that vow, to have and to hold. That means let's lay that down as a brick. Now we just not going to just put it down. Okay, we're going to lay that brick down and cement it in, which means that no matter what comes against that have and to hold, we're going to be able to stand on that and say, hey, no matter what happens, hey, I'm holding you. You're mine, I'm holding on you, no matter what comes against us.
And you're right, it does take effort. Because people think you get married, you're all having so much fun, and you have that big fancy wedding day, and then you're supposed to just ride off into the sunset. But it's work, right?
You're absolutely right again. Peaches, you're just so right.
Thank you.
You're just hitting it all cylinders. That's why I love you, baby. You're something. Because one thing for sure, we don't want marriages to be a institution that you survive. All right? We want it to be an institution that you live through. And when you're living, that means that you're applying principles, you're birthing new things, you're things are flowing, things are being created within that pocket.
You're thriving.
Yeah.
You're thriving, not just surviving. And I think a lot of us, do get complacent, and then it does become, you just switch into survival mode, and you just purely just waiting it till it crashes. Either it crashes all the way, blows up, or whatever's gonna happen. You kind of like take your hands off the wheel. But when you're thriving, you're actually trying. You're setting goals. You're going back to the vows and checking the promise and making sure your foundation is level and building upon that. So that's that thrive.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's really good. Because we're surviving, man. I tell you, you waking up every morning saying, "What is this the day we're gonna break the cord would be broken? Is this the day it's gonna all fall apart?" That's a lot of marital pressure, man. I tell you, that's gotta be some serious pain there. That's why it's so important, to live life. And there's so much wonderful things and so many pleasurable moments, even in our going through things, okay? When you're living a life, okay, in your marriage, you can go through some things with the mindset that going through this, coming out of this, we're going to be a whole lot better.
Wow, living. That's big. That is really big. That's big. Just living, because you're going to have to make up your mind, look, we're about to do this through richer, through poor, through good, through bad, through everything. We're about to do this. You are my partner. We are a team. No matter what comes against us, we're gonna stick together. We're going to use the word as our foundation, and we're going to make it. And I think when you switch from just surviving and switch to we're gonna do it, no more, it's us against the world, that kind of thing. I know for me that helps me when I feel like it's us against the world. We gonna tackle this thing. That kind of gives me the push to give me the extra boost, that extra effort. Like we got this.
Yeah, you got that right. Even in my ministerial chart, I'm going to read this, guys. This is what I say at a lot of the ceremonies that I'll do. I charge you both, right? As you stand in the presence of God, to remember that true love and faithful observance of your marriage vows are required as the foundation of a successful marriage and the establishment of a happy and enduring home. You get that? All right, so
can I hear that last sentence again?
Yeah.
You said a lot of stuff.
Yeah, again, the foundation, okay? To remember that true love and faithful observance of your marriage vows, okay?
Faithful observance. Faithful. That means you are addressing this over and over. It's not just a one and done. You get married, you don't ever look back at it again. It says faithful observance. I'm going back to that.
That's sustainable, right?
This stuff.
Going back over and over again. That's great. Faithful what? Observance. Of what? Your marriage vows. Your marriage vows are required as the foundation of a successful marriage and the establishment of a happy and enduring home. So you got the happy, but then you got the enduring, right?
Enduring.
That's the every now and then we go through those trials and tribulations, but we go through with hope. We go through with the understanding that coming out of that, we're going to be a whole lot better.
It means to me rolling up your sleeves. You're like, we're going to do this thing, even when it gets tough, even when I don't want to, even when you don't want to, we're going to do this thing.
We're going to do this thing.
We're going to ride this till the wheels fall off. That's the song. We're going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off. We're going to ride this thing just like them Clarks. They don't know we said that. They don't know we said we're going to ride this thing just like them Clarks. You know why I said that, Big? Why did I say that?
Yeah, Big, that's us.
Cause your parents, they were married for 50 years. We're going to ride this thing just like them Clarks. We're going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off. That's that endurance.
I hear you.
Then we're going to ride this thing just like them Clarks. You make the thing. How you do your shoulders, Big?
Like this, baby.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Like this.
Oh, okay.
Right. But we're talking about a covenant. We're talking about a covenant marriage over and above a contractual marriage.
Ooh,
right?
That's big too.
So again, a lot of what we're talking about, back to that a covenant relationship, a covenant marriage is between you, your spouse, and God. And a contractual marriage is just between you and your spouse.
And I don't want nothing between me and my. We flesh. It's always gonna be something in there. If we don't promise God, because sometimes you just promise each other. That's bad news. There's no good thing in our flesh. It says that in the word. So that means when you wake up and you mad at me and I'm mad at you, we could just break the contract like nothing.
Yeah. Easy.
But when you promise God, that's a little different.
Yeah. So I tell you what, why don't we come back in the next couple of minutes and wrap this up? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
All right.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back at it. And why don't we got a few minutes left, and so that's why don't we just stay within that the subject matter that we started last week. Contract marriages versus covenant marriages. And some of the things we can peel from that, because I think that's a heavy subject.
It is
and many of you made comments about that particular point on last week, and
we got a lot of questions in regards to that contract versus covenant, including on how does endurance factor in there.
Yeah, right. So we have that. So let's talk about endurance and a contractual marriage, how it handles endurance, and a covenant marriage, how it handles endurance.
Exactly.
All right, let's go.
Well, with a contract, all bets are off. There's no good thing in our flesh. We're in a contractual marriage where we have agreed to one another until we change our mind. So when some things come up, when some hard things, what about life things? Losing of a job. Loss of a job rather, maybe getting ill, or maybe just a child is acting up or something. What happens when you're in a contractual marriage and life comes up?
Yeah, those expectations that you go in with your spouse saying, hey, you are going to do XYZ, I'm going to do XYZ. And if you fail at doing your part of the relationship, then we're going to have some problems, really.
Right.
Okay? We find in a lot of marriages where we do have one of the spouses might lose a job, and then say the husband loses a job. Usually it's always the man losing the job for some reason. Guys, keep your job, please. My goodness. But anyway, the wife gets up every morning and say, hey, we gonna find another job. We gonna get a job. You supposed to be taking care of this, and you got bills piling up. You supposed to take care of the cable. You supposed to take care of the electric and the gas. And now I can't do all of that. You supposed to do that. You said that you will pay for the cable, and I remember you said you're gonna pay for the child care too. Oh, you also said you're gonna pay for that vacation. You're not doing any of this.
So it's a contractual relationship. Just tear the contract.
All right. So what happens there? That he gets offended. Right. So the man gets really offensive. He starts to really trip because now, listen, you messed with my manhood now.
Exactly.
Okay. So sometimes in those contractual marriages, when you get into those disputes, sometimes the man just feel like he's being emasculated.
Yeah. Attacked.
Yep, and that's called emasculation.
Yeah.
All right. I don't feel you're making a man feel less than a man. That's a bad state to be in. Okay. And to the ladies, your direct job or your pleasure should be, and in a marriage that is a consenting one. So make sure that you uplift your man. Don't tear him down. Okay, but in contractual relationships, that's what happens.
Part to do with it, yeah. That's what happens. Women, your tongues, you get all emotional, you get all super crazy, and he lost a job. He ain't been off the job a couple weeks, and you tearing him down. You killing him with your tongue. Every time you putting little darts in there. Every time you can to remind him of what he's not doing, and that's not cool.
Yeah, that's that contract. But then on the flip side, you have the woman who seemingly have reneged on her part of the deal. Okay, and so he now begins to bash her, okay, for not doing what she said that she would do. Such as, you know, you said you're going to cook for me every day. You said that you're going to pay for your own pay for your own hairdo, or I don't know. All other stuff that women, getting your nails,
whatever you promised women, whatever that was, or whatever whenever you got together, maybe you said you were gonna keep the house. Now he keeping the house. You said you was gonna cook. Now he cooking and keeping the house. You know how we, you know, listen, you because you working and you tired and you know now the house is tore up from the floor up, the kids all over the place, the food ain't been cooked. You going out to Popeyes every day, that kind of thing. I mean, listen.
And everybody's upset. Everybody is mad because nobody is taking care of their side of the contract, because contract is built on the understanding that there's going to be a lack of trust, okay, in the marriage. Okay. And
I just want to clarify, because now in this society, roles aren't just so traditional where I'm cooking. Listen, if the man is a better cook and that's your agreement that the man will cook and I will clean, or vice versa, whatever it is, whatever the agreement was, when we talk about these contractual agreements, that's what we're talking about.
Amen. Peaches slipped that in for some reason. I don't know if she thinks that I can. I slipped it in because I don't want anybody to. Why does the women always have to cook? I can hear y'all saying it right now. Why do I have to always cook? Why do I have to? I'm saying whatever you all agreed to in your marriage counseling, which is very important that you do marriage counseling before you get married. Whatever that agreement was, and now when you're in these contractual marriages, when we don't hold up to our word, you ready to tear up the piece of paper? Everything is off. Well, there's no guarantee now at this point. But a covenant relationship, you can have those same scenarios happening, because now it's between you, your spouse, and God. You can have those same things happening. The husband could be not working. The wife could be having some issues and whatever. But now we have another leg to keeping us together.
Right.
Because a covenant relationship and a covenant marriage is going to always point you back to reminders of what you said.
That's right.
It's going to take you back to reminding yourself that you said that you are my lawfully wedded wife or husband, and I am committed to holding you. You are mine. I'm committed to holding you and having you. It is our covenant
relationship
responsibility, right?
That's good.
Okay.
That is really good.
So whenever we're having an issue, a problem,
and you didn't just make the promise to me, and I didn't just make the promise to you, but we promised God, and that's something altogether different.
Right.
Altogether.
Yeah.
So now when that happens, and you go to His Word and say, God, you promised. You promise to see us through. You promise our latter days be better. You promise these things. You stand on God's promises, and then that will give you hope to keep thriving.
That's it, guys. That's right. That's about putting those bricks down.
Yep.
And it takes effort. And we're not saying anything to you that doesn't require effort.
That's right.
Okay? But we don't want you to be living in a marriage that you're surviving in. We want you to live in the marriage and enjoy all the fruits of the love that God has planned for you to have in your relationship.
That's really good stuff. Healthy marriages, strong families.
But you can do it.
You can.
You can do it. But you have an opportunity to make it work. Okay? If it's not working, you have the opportunity to make it work. So guys, we're gonna cut it here, right?
Yeah, this has been really good.
And we're gonna go right up into it next week and keep this conversation going. All right? So thank you for joining us on this segment of
Peaches
and the Pastor.
See you next week. God bless.